Welcome to 50 Blades of Grass, getting all the dirt. Breaking news. Let's find out about the wetness of our fairways. Also, what is John Martin planning to do with improving some of the bunkers? And what about that deep rough? Boy, we've struggled looking for balls. Let's get his insight. And then finally, let's talk about the fall and spring shutdowns. Why do we have them? Tune in now. So, John, thank you, John, for taking the time to visit with us. One of the questions that popped up at a recent meeting dealt with the wetness of the fairways, more in the spring, summer than now with all our rain. But they felt that there was maybe too much watering, and I don't quite agree with that. And I think you might have some comments about why we have water, what's the reason behind it, and it might even relate to, our turf and what we have. So I'll turn that over to you.
Yeah, well, it's what you just mentioned as far as the turf type that we have, the multiple species of turfs that we have, some of the soil profile issues, and as you know, the club's been doing a lot of fairway top dressing and things of that nature over many years now. But we still have issues in terms of surface drainage areas and those kind of things. But I think it's going to be seasonal amount of water in certain areas. I
Okay.
think we have to look at what we're growing and what the golfer is playing on and what he's looking at.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think we can back down on certain areas with water, but I the other thing on that is I know I appreciate the fact that members want a firmer, uh, faster surface as far as ball roll and such. But we can't really do that. I mean, we actually irrigate to the greater good. We have a very sophisticated irrigation system. We don't have any monitors in the ground, but we do track our watering and make daily adjustments during the summertime. We run off of ET, which is evapotranspiration, and we make adjustments to that.
Okay.
But there's still, again, it's really predicated on what we're doing on the golf course as well. There are times where we have to put a material down and have to get watered in before play. And my concern is, when is this wetness experienced? Is it all day? Is it just in the morning? That type of thing. Because pretty much the golf course the surface is drained down for the most part from the previous night's irrigation.
Hmm.
But there's just a multiple of factors there.
Okay.
We're still soil based for that matter, but that could lead to some of the soft areas. But
Yes.
of course, drains fairly well. But I don't think it's a perennial issue.
I think the heart of it really is we're doing what we can with the soil consistency that we have. And you have certain practices that you have to abide by. Of course, it could improve, but that would mean really a total shutdown of the course, redoing it, putting in new soil, new grasses, and so on. And I don't think that's what we want. And I think the practices that you're using is making it playable and so on. And there are a few times when it might be a little moist, but it's much better than losing the course for a year and a half to have it.
Well, let's put it this way, Jim. If that is the desired want out here, we certainly can cut back on irrigation, but at the same time, the plant's going to give.
Yes.
There's going to be a new surface, so to speak. We're primarily in a cool season stand of turf,
Yes.
but at the same time, we've got a mix of Bermuda and bent, other cool seasons in there. So we're watering to the greater good. If we cut back, then there's going to be a visual response to the turf as well.
Yes. And we don't want that brown look.
Well, I mean, a lot of clubs go
Play
to
that.
that.
Yes, they do. Okay, great. So I do appreciate that particular response. Second question I had was, do you have any plans to do reworking of additional bunkers? I know you've done some recently, and it looks really good for with the work you've done, the team has done. But any plans for future ones?
The Green and Golf Committee, the Green Committee, after doing the audit this past several months, there is a list of bunkers
Okay.
that are going to be addressed. I can't tell you what they are right off the bat, but they prioritized them through their audit, and it's going to be pretty much the same work that was done on 3 and 1, just kind
Okay.
of a restoration of what's already existing, with
Okay.
a lot of the surface being softened up and the
Mhm.
bases of the bunkers being raised so they're not so deep. So I can get you that list. I do have a Greens Committee meeting tomorrow, or actually today, so we can get an up-to-date
Sure. If either you
report.
or Dean can provide that, I'll get it out to the to our golfing public. Great. That'd be great. Well, I have a question about bunkers that I keep bringing up from time to time, and that's, are we going to be adding bunker steps in the future?
Um, Not
Additionally,
that I'm aware of. I mean, I think after work has been done on these bunkers, we may eliminate the need for steps. I mean, there is a safety factor with steps as well. I mean, that's all I can tell you at this point, Jim.
okay. All right.
I think you usually don't find a lot of steps in bunkers to begin with.
True. That is true. But as I get older, it seems like I need them more and more. But I understand the reason for,
I really think with some of the bunker renovation stuff that we will eliminate the need for that.
yeah, you'll
And
have
I
the,
agree with you. Some of them are fairly deep on the access of the bunkering. So I mean, there's really only one way to get in and out of some of these bunkers.
yes, yeah. Okay, appreciate that response. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to buy more rakes, John. I know that we have rakes out there, but they seem to sometimes not be strategically placed. And if you can buy more, that would be great, and place more out there.
Noted. I'll take care of that.
Okay, good. One concern that we had is on hole number 9, when you're exiting the fairway. There are times, and I realize that we have to move that entry or exit point, move it around so you don't have wear. But before you get to those bunkers that are about 40, 50 yards out, it's very steep and a little dangerous. And I know the only way to solve that is if we rework that entire hole. But it would be helpful if you would kind of push a little to make that exit point a little further up where it's flatter. Any discussion on that?
Well, that's where it's been for quite a while. I mean, you have to be mindful of, as you say, the wear and tear on that approach.
Mhm.
There's really not much we can do there other than manage that, or maybe put the stakes further back, or Jim, not to be smart about it, but stay on the
Not
cart path.
stay on the cart path on that hole. Yeah, after your first shot by the first bunkers. That's an alternative. That is an alternative to avoid that. Okay. The next question was, I noticed the last month we've had some very deep rough. A lot of guys and gals have, I guess, been losing balls. But it's coming down and coming down. What's the plan for as we go into the warmer months and move out of the winter? Are you going to bring it down? What's the height that you usually target for?
Jim, we haven't changed our mowing height at all. I mean, we've gotten a total of almost 12 inches since October.
Ah,
So it kind of limits us when we have conditions where we can't mow.
mm-hmm.
We don't want to do any damage out there with these mowers, and they can do damage. So we have to be very decisive on when we can allow our mowers out there without causing any damage. But there's going to be a lot of clippings, and it
Yes.
takes us a couple days just to process those clippings, blow them, rake them, and then remow again.
Okay.
So right now, we're in fairly good shape. We've only had 2.5 inches this month so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we did, like I said, we did get from October, we had 2 inches, November, 3 inches, December, we had 4.5 inches. So it kind of hampered our consistency or frequency of mowing for a
Okay.
while.
Okay. All right, great. Any plans at all in the future to get that automated mowing device?
We've since we have tried the autonomous mower on one rough there, I have looked at other models out there. It's just a matter of getting it on our capital list, and we may have one or two on certain parts of the course. We have to we have to think about where these machines are going to get stationed and docked because they need a power source to do such a thing. I'm all in favor of helping us out in that regards in terms of some wear and tear on some areas, plus relieve that labor to work on other parts of the course.
Okay. And really, my final question, I noticed that some people have talked about, is it possible to eliminate one of the course shutdown periods so that we can get more play? And I think that some of the people, the golfing public, don't understand the reason behind it. So it might be helpful for you to share a little bit about why we have shutdowns and the real value behind them.
It's because of the amount of play that we need to shut the course down in those times.
Okay.
I mean, again, we're talking about an older stand of turf here. We need more inputs to keep it going. At minimum, we need to do that twice a year. Now, if you're talking about the length of time those shutdowns are, that's just a matter of our production, but still seed needs to pop, it needs to grow. You need to put your materials down. They all have to be pushed into the ground, that type of thing. You need some time for that seed to come up without interruption. I don't know if we can get rid of them.
Well, hopefully, I think people have a better understanding of why we need to have it because we want the course to be in great shape. We want it to be beautiful. We want to continue in that way. And I think I'm a strong supporter of you having at least those 2 sessions to really give us a beautiful course. So hopefully people will get a better understanding. John, I appreciate you taking the time, and I'll let you get back to finishing raking that bunker.
All right. Appreciate it, Jim.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, John. Now, don't forget to send me those questions. That makes this podcast go. So remember, send them to this email address right up here. Thanks again for your help. Or you can add your questions below in the comment field. And don't forget to give me some likes.